Hello, everybody. My name is Fearless, and welcome to the Dead by Daylight Player Satisfaction Survey for September of 2024. You guys can pause and read through all this if you want. It says it takes about 30 minutes to complete. Let's go right into it. I know exactly what to expect. I've done multiple of these. I think I've only recorded one of them, however. So, yeah. Overall, how satisfied are you with Dead by Daylight? I would say somewhat. I think the game is way, way, way too survivor-sided. I genuinely think it is. There's like little to no counterplay, especially when you're at my level of MMR. The game just decides to boost me for some reason. I don't know why. I'm clearly not as good as the survivors I get, but I get them regardless, and it's extremely annoying. And like if I go to like Twins, a character that I haven't played in like months, they give me the sweatiest survivors possible, and it's just kind of ridiculous to me. I don't really understand why. Can you just connect? Like, it's not that hard. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following? Dead by Daylight is fun. I agree it is fun. Not when you're playing killer, so actually I'll put it on agree, not strongly. Dead by Daylight is worth the time I spend on it. I mean, I don't really think video games at all are worth the time you spend on it, because they're just video games, you know? You're not really gaining anything out of playing them except for enjoyment. So I'm going to put neutral. I feel that the game is fair. Strongly disagree. It really does... It really is just dependent on luck. It really is. Some matches I get the worst survivors known to man, and then other matches I get survivors that that are gods. I don't understand. Yeah, and it also depends on the map you get, not just the survivors. All right. What country do you reside? Doesn't really matter what I say, and I don't even see. Okay, here it is, U.S. Which role do you play the most? I am a survivor main, but I do play both sides equally. I enjoy playing killer more, but only when I actually have a fair lobby. When I'm going against people that are like 10 times better than me, it's not fun at all. So I do think survivor is a bit more fun because I actually do get the right MMR sometimes, most of the time. Which platforms do you play Dead by Daylight on? I play on the PS5 and on PC. I don't really use the PC that much unless I'm playing the PTB, but yeah. What platforms do you own? PC, PS5. And I do own it on the Xbox, but I don't have my Xbox right now, so I don't play it on there. And I did own it on the PS4 as well, just don't have a PS4 now. When did you start playing Dead by Daylight? I started in 2016 when it came out, but then I stopped until 2023, so. How often do you play Dead by Daylight with friends? Rarely. My friends barely ever get on. Our schedules are just kind of fucked. When did you last play Dead by Daylight? This week. I literally played it yesterday. How many days a week do you spend at least 30 minutes playing Dead by Daylight? Yeah, probably 6 to 7 days. I play Dead by Daylight literally every day. How many days do you spend at least 30 minutes playing other games? Probably 0 to 1. I'm not going to lie. I barely ever play any other games just because they're really boring. Sometimes I play Rainbow Six Siege, though. So actually, you know what? I'll put 2 to 3. How often do you watch Dead by Daylight content creators? Every day. Literally every day. I watch YouTube every single day, and I always see a Dead by Daylight video on my recommended. So, how would you rate your experience with matchmaking in the last 3 months? Matchmaking time, I would say negative. Because even the role that has the points, like even the role that has the blood point bonus, that's supposed to go faster, right? Yesterday, I had 100% bonus blood points for Survivor, and it was still going extremely slowly. It took me like 3 minutes to find a game, which it should take, realistically, it should take 30 seconds or less, like kind of like Fortnite, but it doesn't. Teammates matched with, very negative. The teammates I get are extremely noob-like. They're so bad at the game. They don't understand how to do anything, especially generators, body blocking, unhooking. They don't know how to do anything correctly. which is like it's so dumb. Whenever I'm a survivor, my teammates are ass, but whenever I'm killer, all the survivors are gods. It really it is not fair at all. Opponents matched against, I would also say, I wouldn't say very negative. I'd say negative because sometimes there always is at least one bad person in the lobby, but a lot of times I get gods. So, what is your perception of the balance Dead by Daylight is in? I think it is. I think it's slightly survivor sided because again, it's completely luck. My teammates are dog shit, but there is like maybe 1 in 20 games where I have a good team. So it just depends on who you have on your team, really, and the map you get again. In Dead by Daylight, to what extent do you agree with the following statements? The people I play against are sometimes angry. Yes. Offensive. Yes. Mean. Yes. Good-natured. Oh, sorry, I got this reversed. Yeah. Mean. Yeah. Okay, good-natured. I would say agree. I do. No, neutral, because I do get some people saying GG sometimes. Sympathetic. No. I mean, yeah. Strongly. No. Sorry, I'm getting these backwards. Friendly. Are they friendly? Disagree. Hurtful. Yeah, I've had people tell me to kill myself multiple times. Toxic, yes. Okay, have you tried the latest chapter? Yes. Yes. And yes. How'd you hear about the chapter? The official trailer. How satisfied are you with the chapter? Very satisfied. I think Dracula's recent buff was a little too much. Like, if you turn into a bat, you can literally change back, like, a second later. Like, literally a second later. So you could just go over a pallet, and it makes Spirit completely obsolete. Kind of crazy, in my opinion. How satisfied are you with each of the following? The theme of the chapter. Vampires, pretty much. I like the music, that's for sure. So if it says anything about the music, that's going on amazing. The theme, I would say satisfied. The gameplay as killer, very satisfied. Gameplay against the killer, I would say neutral, because dodging his Hellfire is so, like, it's not super hard, but at the same time, the cooldown for his Hellfire is so, it's like non-existent. He just gets it back immediately. The technical performance, yeah, I'd say fine. Did you play Dead by Daylight? Yeah, I actively play it. How familiar are you with Castlevania? Not at all. Literally, I've obviously heard of Castlevania before this, but I didn't actually know what the hell the game was about. I honestly didn't even know it was about a vampire. When did you first play the chapter? Launch day. I mean, technically before the launch day in the PTB, but we don't have to talk about that. Okay, the perks. How fun is it to play with the following perks? Dominance. I would say a little. It really is only good if you're running a Hex build. That's kind of it. Wretched Fate. I would say moderately. It's really just like, you know, it's like a perk where it's like, target everyone that's not the Obsession, because the Obsession is going to do gens slower. So it's just like, you know, Dying Light and everything. Human Greed. That's the chest one. Honestly, yeah, I think this one's really good. Really good. There's no cooldown either. They just go within 8 meters, leave, go back in. It still happens. It's great. What potential does it work well with others? Dominance? Yeah. Top synergy. Hex builds, mainly. Wretched Fate, I would also say that. If you combine it with Dying Light and Pentimento or something, you're winning. And Human Greed, I would say moderate. Human Greed and Dominance together, I guess, are okay, but yeah. How would you rate the quality of the following features? The character appearance, good. Quality of the power, high quality. Backstory, I never read it, but I know it's good because it's Dead by Daylight backstories. They're always good. How engaging do you find the general theme? Very engaging, extremely engaging, actually. Relative to other killer power, relative to other killers, how powerful do you feel he is? He's definitely much stronger than the average killer. If you compare him to Trapper, he is literally taking a broom and sweeping the Trapper out of the way, bro. A list of qualities that may or may not be. The killer's power reduces the effectiveness of hiding out of sight. No. If the survivor's hiding, he doesn't really have any info. Like Vecna, you can use the orb at least to find people, but yeah. The killer's power reduces the effectiveness of pallet loops. Oh, yes. Literally. All 3 of his powers avoid pallets at all costs, pretty much. The wolf can go around it. Not as good as the bat and Hellfire, obviously. The killer can travel around the map with ease. Yeah, I mean, he can teleport. The killer's power is difficult to understand as a survivor. I would say not at all true. It's very simple to understand. After you go against him, like, maybe 1 or 2 games, you know exactly how it works. The killer's power facilitates patrolling generators. I mean, yeah, that's true for every killer, but not his power. His power specifically has nothing to do with generators. The survivors were if the survivors were using Swift, this would not help them. That's not true at all. If a survivor's using Swift, it will always help them, no matter who the killer is. The killer's power creates audio and visual cues that gives... No. No. Actually, I wouldn't say all the way. I'd say a little true. A lot of the times when the killer's putting up Hellfire, it makes no noise at all. So the only way you can know if they're doing it is if you look behind him. I don't know if it's an audio bug or if it's meant to be like that. If it's meant to be like that, that is absolutely stupid. But there's a lot of audio bugs right now in the game. Like sometimes when you hook someone, they have no scream, even though they don't have hardened or calm spirit. It's just kind of stupid. This killer... Oh, yeah, and quick and quiet. Sometimes you just get it off base for some reason. This killer relies on luck. I mean, that's true with every killer, really. So I'm going to say a little. And it's hard to master. Not at all. It's very simple to understand. Very simple to use. What do you appreciate the most about the Dark Lord? Suck blood. I did not know that was on. I'm just going to keep it all capitalized. I'm too lazy to change it. What do you appreciate the least? Cape is too small. Yeah, his cape is too small, like, honestly. These are optional, so those don't even matter. Okay. How fun is it to play with the following survivor perks? Exaltation, I would say somewhat. No, actually, I would say a little. I genuinely think it should just recharge the item, like, 70%. 25 is just super, super low. Like, if it's on a toolbox, that's gonna maybe save you 2 seconds. Eyes of Belmont, that's literally, it's amazing. It's by itself, though. These are by itself, so I'm gonna say moderately. If you're combining it with any other aura perks, though, it's amazing. Moment of Glory, I would say it's super fun. Because even if you don't get it off and you go down, it's still fun because the killer has to chase you or it's going to go off. So you're guaranteed a chase at least. And I like chases. Doing gens is so boring. Synergy. Yes. Exaltation, smash hit, chemical trap, enemies necessary. I love that build. I lose it all the time. Eyes of Belmont, 100%. Moment of Glory as well. Use appraisal with it. Overcome lucky break. You're pretty much guaranteed to get away and heal. So all of these perks are amazing with other ones. How would you rate the quality? Character appearance. Yep. Backstory. Yep. How engaging? Extremely engaging. I mean, yeah. Please rank the following features from 1v1 Dead by Daylight in the order you would like to see them reworked. 1, most need a rework. Okay, so the top being the one I want reworked the most. I don't think items need to be reworked at all. I'm not going to lie. I think items are pretty good where they're at. Items are pretty solid where they're at. Perk reworks and perk buffing, I think, yeah, these should just be, like, next to each other. I think buffing / nerfing is better than just reworking entirely because a lot of people liked Genshin Impact. A lot of people liked Zancian Tactics the way it was, like Arianad, the guy that made the clown guide. I know he liked Genshin Tactics with his or Zancian Tactics. I keep saying Genshin. Zancian Tactics. I know he liked that with his clown build, but you know, it's different now. I think they should just, you know, make that part of it. They shouldn't remove that effect entirely. They should allow you to see pallets, break walls, and everything, and the OR reading effect. And yeah, map, I'm putting at the top. So yeah, map, buffing, perks, reworks. I think the hatch is pretty good where it's at. Actually, yeah, I'd rather see an item rework before the hatch. The hatch is perfectly fine the way it is. I mean, what could you possibly change about it anyways? Killer buffing / nerfing. I'm actually going to put that at number 2. I think that's... No, but perks can be used on everyone, though, not just killers. So I'll put the killers right below the perk reworks. Rework hook sabotage. I think that's fine the way it is as well. Yeah, this is what I think. Map balance updates. The maps are one of the biggest issues. I think perks are pretty good where they're at. Some are obviously overpowered and some aren't, but maps is definitely a big thing. Perk buffing / nerfing. Perk reworks. Killer buffing / nerfing. Hook sabotage. Item rework. And I think these 3 are perfectly fine the way they are. You don't even see a lot of sabotages anyways, even after the toolbox buff. One of the following features, which would you be most interested in seeing in the future for Dead by Daylight? Pick one. Adding more game modes. Right? Technical Foundation. 2v8 mode permanent. I'm sorry. If they make 2v8 mode permanent, the game's going to become ass. The game's already a little ass, but it's going to become even more ass because, sorry. Why is one of my eyebrows lower than the other, bro? That honestly pisses me off. But yeah, if they make 2v8 permanent, that's just going to be horrible for the game. It will literally be horrible for the game because the queue times are already bad enough. If you keep 2v8 in the game, it's going to be horrible throughout. Like, I literally, like, a lot of us had to wait for 2v8 to be over before we could go to the regular queues. It was horrible. User-generated content. Oh, capabilities of creating your own outfit or purchase player-created outfits. Honestly, that to me is more interesting than game modes. I could draw a big fat Homer Simpson on a shirt and then I could wear it. That sounds great. Update to maps. Update maps to include more atmosphere, more animations / actions. Jumping, crawling, climbing. I'm sorry, but they're not going to add jumping and they're not going to add climbing because that would be... The game's already survivor-sided enough. Imagine Haddonfield if you could climb up the walls. Nope, no. I think jumping would be okay. Only if you allow the killers to do it too, because they could just jump up the hill, and then what's the killer going to do? They have to go all the way around, and then the survivor will just jump down with bounce landing. Crawling, I think, is fine. It adds a bit more stealth to the game. They're nerfing every single stealth perk in the fucking game, except for, like, Urban Evasion, so this is good. Technical Foundation. User-generated... Okay, yeah. Creating own maps is better than the cosmetics. Okay, I want this one. Which would you be least interested in seeing? Least interested? Oh, I didn't even read this one. Yeah, I would love that too. Dynamic weather system. That would be cool. Light switches, doors, steam pipe traps, passages. We already have steam pipes and passages. Why would you want light switches? What the hell would that do? Imagine the killer picks up someone in a dark room, you turn on the light, and they just get stunned. I think out of all of these, I think the custom-made outfits are probably... Actually, no, I think the game modes one is probably the worst. I know that's probably a hot take. I don't think game mode should ever be permanent. I think it should be like old Fortnite, where every like week we would get a new game mode or something. Or not new, it would just recycle. You know, like 1 week we'd have 2v8. Right at the day after 2v8 ends, we would have lights out. Then after that, hide and seek, you know? Like, that's what I think it should be. Because if a game mode is permanent, like, especially 2v8, if 2v8 was permanent, you can't play the basic game. A lot of people want to play the base game. They want perks. They want to be able to actually do their challenges. A lot of challenges don't work in other game modes. You know? Please rank the following visual improvements from the most urgent to the least urgent for the team to start working on. Okay, most urgent is 1. All right. We were delighting to make the game look better. I genuinely think Coldwind Farm should be a nighttime map again. I say make the corn thinner so it's easier to see through, but then make the map dark because that's not... like, this is a horror game. Maps should not be during daytime. I'm sorry, they shouldn't. I think they should maybe have a dynamic weather cycle like the other one said, but I don't think they should be daytime. I'm sorry. It's a horror game, you know? Colon Farm, you can see someone across the map. Borgo, it was daytime. Look how that went. They made it nighttime, and now it's actually good. It's like the lighting of Coldwin. Not Coldwin. It's like the lighting of Macmillan. But yeah, Colon Farm should be a nighttime map again. That was so much better. It was. I think the main reason they made it daytime is because the corn was so hard to see through at night, but just make the corn thinner or spread it apart more, you know? It may be a farm, but that doesn't mean it has corn everywhere. Farms can grow other things. Like, why can't they just put, like, a bunch of carrots in the ground or something? That could be cool. So, yeah, the lighting... I think the lighting is at the top so far. I haven't read the rest, though. More atmosphere. Dynamic weather system. That sounds pretty cool. But it's not, like, urgent, you know? I want, like, something that's actually urgent. Character models, I'm sorry, I don't think that matters at all. The character models are fine the way they are. Rework survivor animations for run/walk cycles. We've already went through that. Don't think it matters very much. Add more atmosphere. Day/night cycle. Now, if it was a day and night cycle, I think that would be cool in the game. RPD during the day would be sick. Honestly, I don't think any of these are urgent. These are just things that, you know. Rework survivor animations. Okay, out of all of these, I think this is probably the most important one. The other ones, they're not important, you know? Like, we don't need them. This one we don't need. It would just make the game a lot more smooth. Because for totems, you're literally just doing this. Like, you know, I wish you could actually, like, you were pulling at the rope, trying to break the totem apart. And, like, healing. What's wrong with healing? You're literally just rubbing the survivor's back when you're healing. I think you should actually, like, wrap them with a bandage or something. Even something as simple as that. Out of all these, I think this is the most urgent. None of these are urgent. These are just to make the game look smoother, but I think this is the most urgent. I actually, no, I think lighting is a bit more important than that. Dynamic weather system, I don't really care, but it would be a little cool. Animations, I think, should be here. Character models, I guess we'll put it up here. Yeah, I think this is fine, honestly. I think it's fine. The following questions will ask you about your opinions on the 2v8 game mode. Okay. Did you play? Yes, I did. How satisfied are you with it? I'm going to say neutral. I like it, but the queue times is the main issue. Like, no one wants to play Survivor in 2v8. They all want to play Killer, understandably. But you can't, because it takes literally, like, I think my shortest... Like, I think literally my shortest queue time was 15 minutes. I think that was the shortest one. Like, I genuinely think that was my shortest queue time. Which is kind of fucking ridiculous, if you ask me. In the future iteration of 2v8, which following killers would you like to see? Ooh. Only pick one. I think Clown would be so overpowered, because you can slow them down while, like, someone else hits them. Honestly, out of all of these, I think I would love to see Nemesis. I'm not gonna lie. After his buff, I actually really like him now. He's not ass. That's pretty cool. Please select which of the following Survivor classes you played as. I played all of them. Mainly the Escapist, though. So I'm just going to put that one. How would you rate the following Escapist? Aura skill? Not at all. I don't think there was any aura. Innate skill? Somewhat. Team skill? Very. If you sprint burst next to someone, it would give them the sprint burst too. If 4 people used it at the same time, you would go Mach 12. So please indicate to what extent the following features were enjoyable in the 2v8 mode. Bigger maps? I would say moderately. I don't think the maps were, like, super, super big, but, you know, they were definitely a bit bigger. Class system? Yeah, I like that. Ability to play killer with a friend? Yes. Cage system? Yes. Number of chests? I don't really care about chests, so I don't... yeah. Imagine the future iteration of 2... Okay, more killers available. If you had the feature above, how would you feel? I mean, how could you not like it? Like it, expect it, don't care, live with it, dislike. Like, there's not really a... This is the only bad one is dislike. Live with. I'm gonna live with it. If you don't have the feature above, how would you feel? Different survivor classes. Yeah. I mean, yeah. More... Different survivor classes? More survivor classes. This is just the same question, pretty much. More supersized maps. More survivor items. Cages. Yep. The following question was asked, how easy was it to navigate inside the buildings compared to those on these outdoor maps? What? How easy or difficult was it to navigate inside the buildings compared to outdoors? Okay. I don't know why this is bolded and this part's not. I say it's just right. How do you feel the size of the maps? I would say it's a good size. Using the slider provided from 0 to 100%, please rate the following. What do you think the kill rate was for killer? I mean, it depends on who you play as. I'm going to say 80. I honestly think the kill rate should be around 82. No. Would you play it again in its current form? No. I'm sorry. No. Only 5 killers. It's too little for me, and the queue times are so bad. Would you play 2v8 again after some improvement? Yeah, obviously. How often should you be able... Not permanent. No, not permanent. I would say once a month, honestly. Like, maybe 1 week out of the month. No, every 3 months. I think it's a nice balance. Oh, gosh. Lights Out V2. Did you play it? Yes. Yes. How satisfied are you with it? Dissatisfied. Very dissatisfied. The variety of maps. I'm sorry, but why? You could just easily add every map and put the dark filter on it. Like, why only have specific maps? That's stupid. Like, I would love to see RPD pitch black. Michael Myers comes out of the shadows and fucks you. How appealing was the limited visibility? Not at all. I'm sorry. Well, okay, yeah, I like the darkness, right? But you spawn with a candle, and every time you open a chest, it's like a 90% chance you get a candle, so you could easily see. So it was brighter than the old version. How fun was it to use a candelabra? Not at all. I'm sorry, it's just bad. How long should the Lights Out V2 event in its current iteration last? 1 to 2 days. What aspects of 2 out? None. All of it. How likely are you to play it again? No. No, not playing it. What is a fair time to wait in queue? I think 30 seconds to a minute. No, I think 0 to 30 seconds. Regular Dead by Daylight. And then limited game modes, also the same. It should be like that. It really should. Are you aware of the game above? Yes, I am. Have you played it? Yes. How did you discover it? I guess through advertising. How satisfied are you? I'd say neutral. It was like one of Supermassive's shortest games. I did like the Quarry more. I loved Dead by Daylight, but that did not help the game at all. I think the Quarry is better. Also, the Quarry is funnier. Like when you're making a choice, it zooms in on their face and there's like... It just freezes like that. It's hilarious. How would you I would not recommend it. I'm not gonna lie. I would not recommend it. It's only good for one playthrough, and all the endings are the absolute same, except for one, I'm pretty sure. Since its release on September, have you recommended it? No, I haven't. My friends bought it from the channel. I'm not doing the optional ones anymore. I don't care. How interested are you in playing more single-player games? Very. You guys just didn't nail it with this one. I'm sorry. Okay, this is how I found out about the survey going on. I saw Schmuckles, his hair was messed up because he just woke up. But I saw him show this, and I was like, oh, they're doing another survey. Got to make a video on that. Don't know how long it's going to be. Probably 30 minutes around that. Which of the following franchises would you see? Would you be most interested in seeing in Dead by Daylight? There's a lot here. I'll read them all. Akira, American Horror Story, Archie Horror, Beetlejuice, Berserk, Billy the Puppet from Saw, Bioshock, Bloodborne, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Cabinet of Curiosities, Candyman, Chainsaw Man, Charmed, Conjuring, Control, Dark Souls, Dead Space, Death Note, Demon Slayer, Devil May Cry, Diablo, Elden Ring, Evil Within, Fallout, Fatal Frame, Friday the 13th. I'm just going to check that now. Full Metal Alchemist, Ghost in the Shell, Ghostbusters, Ghostwire Tokyo, Hannibal Lecter, Hellboy, Hellsing, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Insidious, It, we're going to check that too, Jujutsu Kaisen, Junji Ito, I don't know if I said that right, Jurassic Park, Justin Long, oh yeah, Little Nightmares, Megan, Mortal Kombat, I don't, Nier Automata, I don't know, Outlast, Overlord, Pan's Labyrinth, Predator, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Scary Stories Still in the Dark, Scooby-Doo, Sidney Prescott, Slenderman, Spawn, Squid Game, Street Fighter, Teletubbies. How in God's name would you put a Teletubby in? I don't know. Terminator, Terrifier, Addams Family, Casting of Frank Stone. I'm sorry, but they could easily just put this in the game now as a Trapper skin. The Purge, The Shining, The Thing, Walking Dead, Witcher, Tokyo Ghoul, Trick or Treat, Universal Monsters, Frankenstein, Invisible Man, Mummy, Until Dawn, Warhammer, 40K, Wednesday, WWE. Imagine Dwight wearing a fucking X-Files. Okay. I don't know how many you can pick. I'm just going to pick 3. Friday the 13th, by far, number 1. Pennywise would be pretty cool too. And I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about anything else on this. Actually, you know, Beetlejuice would be kind of cool, I guess. Those are my 3. And it's going to ask me my least. Oh, never mind, it's not. Chapter. I don't give a shit about no cosmetics. In what way do you prefer to approach a live match in Dead by Daylight, not in a custom game? Very competitive? Slightly casual. Slightly casual. Which of the following activities do you engage in while playing Dead by Daylight? Look up Dead by Daylight builds. I don't look them up. I find them myself. Watch non-Dead by Daylight streams. Read patch notes. It says while playing. I don't read the patch notes while I'm playing. Talk to friends on Discord? Yeah. Sure, these 3. Approximately how often do you engage in these activities? Watching a Dead by Daylight stream? Sometimes. I usually have a Spook and Jukes, Otsdarva, or Rapid Main stream on my computer while I'm streaming. The audio is just muted. I just want to get some points, you know. I need Spook and Jukes with that Kronk impression. You know what I'm saying? Friends on Discord. My friends barely ever play the game, but they do. And then there are forums. So the patch notes and everything. So I'd also say rarely. It depends on when they release patch notes, actually, so sometimes. Which of the following Dead by Daylight related services do you currently use? Sites to look up other players' account stats. Dead by Stats? I did not know that was a thing. Hold up a second. Oh. It shows my PC account, unfortunately, so... Yeah, it shows my PC account, not my PlayStation 1. Unfortunate. I did not know that was a thing, though. I don't use that. Nope. Official forum. Yeah, I use that all the time. Subreddit, I use that all the time. Yeah, I go there all the time to check news. That's it. How often do you consult the following services? Forums. I guess every time I play, every month. No, it's whenever an update comes out. That's when I check the things, but sure. Subreddit, I check that pretty much every month. Their YouTube channel, again, let's just put everything on there. I check it whenever I think there's news. What gaming companion websites? I don't know. what that means. Please use the slider to indicate your preferred theme of Twitch drops. Only Twitch themed drops? Dead by Daylight themed drops. I don't really know. Please rate how likely you are to watch over 3 hours of streams to the following. 3 hours. Cosmetics, 100%. Charms, unlikely. Banners, unlikely. Badges, unlikely. Cosmetics, yeah. Blood points, I'd probably do that too because I want to prestige Michael Myers to prestige 100. In-game items, yes. How likely is it that you would recommend Dead by Daylight to a friend or colleague? I'm putting it in the middle. It never really comes up. So, have you recommended? No, no. And all this shit. Identify as a man. What year were you born? I'm just gonna put 1997. How would you describe it? I'm a veteran, clearly. Crossplay enabled? Yes. You can't turn it off when you're on PC anyway, or on console anyways. Okay. That was it. Thank you guys so much for watching the player satisfaction survey for Dead by Daylight of September 2024. All that was pretty much stupid. I didn't really care about any of it, to be honest. The only thing I really cared about was the licensing stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed, though. See you later. I know. Best outro ever.